Hi guys, Sarah Norwood here, continuing my Functional Neurological Disorder Journey series, my FND series. What is FND? FND basically is a brain disorder that affects the networks of the brain and how the brain and body send and receive messages and signals. And usually there's a disconnect there. Symptoms can be functional seizures, non-epileptic seizures, tremors, movement disorders, full body paralysis, temporary blindness, speech loss, passing out. I'm trying to think, there's so many and I have most of them. Brain fog. So basically with FND, there's not that many traditional tests that prove you have FND. And so like a lot of neurologists will do EEGs when you are having all of this like limb weakening and you can't walk and you can't talk. And they'll say, oh, you're fine. You know, your EEG was great. Your MRI was great. You're totally good. Now, the great news is that there's tons of research, there's new specialized testing of the brain that is now showing with research that there are changes in the software or the networks of the brain regions compared to people without FND. And in the next 10 or 20 years, trust me, there's going to be much better testing and easier diagnoses the more awareness we spread. But what I got is called brain mapping. It's something that really validated all of my frustration that people were saying, well, you look normal. And I was like, no, but I can't walk and I'm having 3 seizures a day. So brain mapping is something my wonderful Neuro PT, and I suggest looking into Neuro PT if you have FND, it could be helpful. I'm just saying from my experience, but brain mapping is a technique to study the structure and the function of the brain. So it goes on like an EEG. It's like a cap, and a little bit your eyes are shut, a little bit your eyes are open. It's like 5 minutes, and it can show where your brain is underactive and not working as well. So that's like more like blue colored, and red is where it's overactive or inflamed. Well, my parietal lobe was completely inflamed, and that is where seizure and movement disorders are located. So brain mapping is another tool you can utilize to figure out, okay, these are the parts of my brain that need help and balance. And your Neuro PT can do things like neurofeedback, dry needling, things for the vagus nerve, relaxing your nervous system, stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system versus the sympathetic nervous system. But just having brain mapping, it's just, I tell you, when I got my results back, I went, okay, where are seizures and movement disorders usually located? And my Neuro PT said, right where it showed up on your brain mapping. And I went, thankfully, there's something that explains this. So now we're working on balancing the regions of my brain, along with a lot of other exercises and tools that I utilize on a daily basis. But just wanted to share that with my FND warriors out there. You are not alone. It's a long journey. We're in it for the long haul, and I'm here. All right, take care. Mwah.